kind of get people into her funnel. And this is like a good idea that we all have probably heard before, but what sets this apart is the level of detail. So she talks about literally every single one of her marketing channels, the precise cadence of text messages she uses, the exact text of those text messages, and how she compels people to attend through her follow-up communication, the exact business arrangement she comes to, like she has to have a minimum bar tab for the space, and if not enough people attend, she does it. Just extraordinary detail. And basically, I kind of handed this off to one of the agents on my team and said, "Go implement this thing for us. We want to host this thing in our market." And here's just a litany of details and how it can be implemented. So I'm very excited about that. And there's just countless other. One agent talked about how they have a magazine, and I'm sure you've seen promotional materials on how you can have your own magazine that you distribute to your clients. It's pretty inexpensive. Well, this is a mega agent, who's not selling you anything, telling you like what vendor they selected, what content they put in there, what sponsors they have, in, again, painful detail about what works and what doesn't. So I really love those panelist discussions, and that's kind of the most, immediate kind of implementation item there. And then, my favorite part was, the Gary Keller State of the Market talk. I listened to a lot of these talks from different economists and different real estate investors, and I think Gary's talk is the best. Like nothing else is even close. He's able to take a lot of disparate data that can be really meaningless or just not. How does this apply to my life, and make it immediately applicable? And so he just very confidently said, "I don't have a crystal ball, but here's what we've seen before, and here's what we're seeing right now, and here's some pretty accurate guesses we can make about the future. It's going to take, a year and a half to 2 years for us to get back to some kind of state of normal after a vaccine comes out for COVID, just because that's how it's happened in the past. And, here's what the GDP stats look like. We've had the sharpest, GDP decline in all of recorded history across all countries, all time. And, here's what the rebound is probably going to look like. Here's what the stages of that recovery are probably going to look like. So, I mean, I've heard this information from 10 or 20 different sources, in different, ways. But Gary's talk was just absolutely amazing. And, I'm making pretty significant, financial decisions. Do I lock in a 3-year term on a loan or a 5-year term on a loan for very large investments that I'm making, in some large part due to the information I got from Gary's State of the Market talk. So that's a $1 million decisions that I'm making there based on the outcome of that talk. So I think if you paid, your admission just to hear Gary's talk, it was probably worth it just for that. So those are some of my ahas.
Awesome. Thank you, Nick. Great ahas. And I like that you picked one thing right away to go out and implement instead of, choosing to pick several different things and maybe not implement them as well. So that is one of my very favorite things that come out of Family Reunion and Mega Camp are the agents who just openly mastermind, not just the idea, but the detailed steps that they take in order to put these events on. So thank you for sharing. Lori, I know that you had something that you wanted to share as well. Thank you, Nick.
Always. My one, it was on helping people. And it started out with, what would it mean to somebody if you put an additional $15,000 in their pocket? A friend, how can you help them? What would that do for them? And it was really fascinating. I hadn't thought of it that way, but they said, have someone get their real estate license and just go on referral. They can go on referral. This one woman said several people in her market center, they were making $15,000 and they didn't have to do anything. And I immediately kicked in gear. Met a waiter at Crave Restaurant, and Lisa met him yesterday, and he's all psyched, and he's going to get his real estate license, and he's going to start out with the referral, and then I'm going to be grooming him when he's ready to go full time. So that was an eye opener to me.
Very cool. I can't wait to see what you do with that. Hey guys, just a reminder, if you're not talking, you might want to be on mute because we're hearing a lot of background conversations happening right now. You may or may not want us to hear. All right, Chris Robson, I know you are on as well. Would love to hear, as a brand new agent, maybe some of your takeaways.
Yeah, definitely. So it was, being only in the business, what is this, my third week now, it was kind of a little overwhelming at first, just trying to, take in all of the information and kind of understand the Keller Williams way and how this, annual event works and everything. But, for me, it was kind of more high level, more than getting, deep and specific, just because I am so new. But one of the biggest takeaways I had, well, two actually, probably, like Nick, number one was Gary Keller's market update, just because I don't have that history and haven't been in the industry very long. So getting kind of a feel for how things have been over the past, whatever, 50, 100 years, different events and how it's affected our industry and kind of what we're going through now and what we can kind of expect is definitely very eye-opening for me and will kind of help me, I think, strategically plan how I'm going to move forward for the next 6 months, to a year as I get my career off the ground. But then number two, I think the other biggest impact, and something that I've dabbled in a little bit in the past years, but really hit home as something I need to focus on personally, was the interview with Tim Ferriss and doing the inner work and taking time for myself, meditation, whatever, etc. I've dabbled in that in the past and I've done some of it on and off, but just getting into a new career and making sure I've got my mind right going into this so I can hit everything full steam ahead and be successful. It's just something that kind of hit home and something that I realized I need to focus on as I'm starting out this new career. So.
Sorry, I was trying to find the unmute. That was great, Chris, and some great things that you picked up on. And one of the things also too that I loved about this being virtual this year is that folks like you who are brand new to the business, who aren't necessarily gonna, buy an $800 ticket and hop on a plane and pay for a hotel and fly to Austin, this was available to you for, I don't know what your ticket was because they had varying degrees, but on if you bought early, they were $109, and I think the highest was $149. So the fact that, someone like you, brand new to the business, who hasn't made money yet, they made it affordable. They made it affordable. So I'm so thrilled that you were able to participate and join. And I would encourage you to go back and take as much advantage of the stuff that remains online as possible. So thank you for
Definitely.
sharing.
Yes, thank you.
John Buckingham, I know that you are participating in Mega Camp. I'd love to hear from you and get your thoughts if you're willing to share.
I'm continuing to grow my team, and that is where I'm at right now, and I'm excited about that. I've got a photographer coming on board. I've got a social media person that I've hired. She's a past client of mine, and so I'm excited. I've been in this business for a long time, and I'm more excited than I've been for years. So that's what I have to share.
John's fired up.
Just keep after it. I look at your sign behind your head. It says, "Wake up, hustle, and repeat."
Yeah.
And
is that what you're doing, John?
behind you. And I'm like, that's what it is. Real estate, just stay right after it every day.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing,
So thank
John.
you for sharing.
Yes,
John, the new team functionality that's coming out should be of great interest to you. So let's make sure that you're plugged into that, or at least one of your team members is, so they can run it for you. Yeah. Awesome.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Yes.
All right, Melanie, you're a newer agent with us as well. I'd love to hear from you and what you got out of Mega Camp, if you're willing to share.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would have to agree with Chris, though, being so new, it was kind of daunting, all the information. A lot of it is stuff that probably I'm not really ready to implement yet. However, I was pretty excited about hearing about advertising on command. I mean, I've done a few, things on Facebook or whatever, but I am excited to do more advertising on command. I think that would be really good. It was also interesting to see all of the, virtual events that everybody's holding and the things that people are doing just to stay in touch during COVID. So that was kind of my big takeaway.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you, Melanie, for sharing. And last but not least, I think Sarah had maybe some nuggets that she wanted to share. Sarah, are you on still? Hi.
Yes. Yeah, I am. So it was great. And I just like you, Erin, wanted to applaud Keller Williams Corp for how they expedited this event online. It must have been a huge, huge planning and undertaking process, and everything seemed to go without a single hitch. So it was amazing. My biggest takeaway were the top agent panels. I just, and you know, after day 2, I was a little overwhelmed because it was so much information, and it was amazing to hear from all those top agents. But what's great about it is now I can go back and I'm utilizing the videos that are online to kind of pick and choose where I'm going to spend my time and what I want to focus on. So it was great to hear from those top agents like that. Some of them had only been in the business for 5 years and they were mega agents, and some had been building teams and in the business for 19 years. So just to have such a vast and experiences that are all different gives you lots of different options and opportunities to find a fit that's right for you. So now I'm just spending some time trying to filtering through where I'm going to focus and pull that information from those areas. So, and then of course it was back to the basics. You know, you get running this summer with business full bore and lots of things going on, and I let my models and my systems slide, but it just reiterated here at Mega Camp that I gotta get back to models and systems and mastery, self-mastery, and keep that the top agents have all of that mastered, and that's how they run their ship. So those were the highlights. And of course, the conversation with Gary Keller opening the show, that was great information, information I can share with people, great information for starting phone conversations. I mean, it was just top notch, the whole thing. So absolutely. I wouldn't ever miss it.
Yes, right? Now that you've been, you would never miss it. There's a part of me, I love hopping on that plane and going to Austin and networking live and in person, but there's a part of me that wishes they would come up with some sort of component that was virtual that everyone could tap into. I really enjoy being able to go back because I spend a lot of time taking notes that sometimes I feel like I really miss hearing what's being said because I'm so concerned about getting it all down. So the fact that we can go back for the next 60 days and re-watch these things to like let it sink in and, you know, that much further, I really enjoy. So thank you, Sarah, for sharing that. Appreciate it. Any other ahas or best practices or things that folks are going to implement right away that they're really excited about and want to speak to or share?
Erin, I think Trudy, if you're okay sharing your big ahas and takeaways, I think she may be the last one that we've got on that was at Mega Camp. I think we've got Trudy still.
Okay, awesome. Hi, Trudy.
Hi, Erin. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'd love to share with you. So a couple of you have noted or mentioned Gary's, his opening talk and how he went through the different slides and really, you know, took us through what has been happening in our industry. And it was so helpful, and I love the information. And I think what was key to what he said, he just stepped back for a minute. As a matter of fact, I think he interrupted what Jay Papasan was about to say. And he said, I don't want to come across as these are just numbers, that these are sterile things. He said, in all of these charts, graphs, these are affecting people. So when he had the graph of the various industries that the pandemic and the shutdowns have affected, he said, these are people's lives. These aren't just numbers. So when we're talking about these with our clients or past clients or potential clients, we have to keep in mind that we're dealing with people's lives and everybody has been affected differently. That was a big takeaway for me. And I really appreciated Gary's heart when he shared that. Another takeaway for me was I watched Corey Gibson, and his hour-long workshop was on hacks or habits. And he emphasized, he gave like 30, or he was about to give 30. I think he only got through 25 habits or life hacks, as he called them. It was very engaging. If you have, an hour or so to spare, go and listen to them, because he went through about 25 of them, and there were about 4 that I was able to really relate to and say, yeah, you know what? I may not be able to implement all 25 or 30 of these, but I can take 4 of them, because it's the little things that we do every day that amount to the big things. So if we're focusing on maybe 2 or 3 or 4 things that we can just change in our daily lives, whether it's the way we eat, whether it's the way we talk to people, we can change and make a big difference in our businesses and in people's lives. So those are my main.
Thank you, Trudy. I appreciate you sharing. All good stuff, guys. Thank you to the panel for your guys' willingness to share your ahas. Thank you for investing in yourselves and your businesses by taking Mega Camp. I'm super excited to see some of these things that you guys talked about today and how they're going to impact your businesses once you implement them. And Trudy, I love what you said. I love what Gary said. You know, it's not just about, business and, generating income, but it's how we're impacting people's lives and the lives that we're changing. And I think that it speaks volumes about our company and our leader, that's his focus, and that's our company's focus. And I know that it's a lot of our agents' focuses. In fact, I would say it's all of our agents' focuses. So thank you for ending on that really great note, Trudy. All right. So Lisa, is that all we have? Except Thomas, of course. Stay on for Thomas, guys. We've got our sponsor that's going to speak here.
Yeah, that's everybody that was at Mega Camp. Thank you guys so much. Great insight and ahas and takeaways. We so appreciate that. So Thomas, at this point, we will turn it over to you.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, you guys. I wanted just to take a couple minutes and dive into our client panel for just a little bit. But before I do, I kind of wanted to piggyback on what you guys were talking about. I heard a few names that we work with, Papazon Properties and Tim Heil and Cody Gibson. We've got such a phenomenal relationship with KW, not just here in Minnesota, but all around the country. Cody Gibson once said, this was like last year, he said, if Virtuance is in the market that we're working in, we're working with them. And that was just such a cool sentiment to hear from such an amazing person and with the KW community. So just wanted to share that. I mean, we work with, I think 500 plus agents, KW agents just here in Minnesota. So it's so much fun to be able to come and talk to you guys and share, kind of what's going on in our world and, how it kind of blends together. But really, really cool stuff. I wanted to first, last time I was here, I shared this link, virtuance.com/min. And this is going to give you guys a promo code. And if you've worked with us, and I see some familiar names, you can utilize this one again for another listing for being on today. So make sure to jump on that and get yourself a promo code. Wanted to share that with you guys for having me on. I'm going to jump right into our client panel really quick, just because I think I shared this last time, but I want to dive a little bit deeper into some of its capabilities. So when you go out and shoot, say, 123 Main Street, and you're going to get an email, it's going to say your photos are ready. It's going to have a link to your own client panel, and this is what it looks like. So you're going to be able to update status and listing status, and you're going to have a branded and unbranded custom website. So what that looks like is this, and this is fully customizable. Well, you're going to be able to jump on this. You can change brands or brand colors, right? So if you've got KW, obviously you can put this into red. But fully customizable, change whatever you want to say about it. Amenities, you can add and create your own amenities for it. You're going to have your gallery, of course, right? Videos, floor plans. If you've got your own 3D tour you want to upload, videos, that all is will automatically syndicate to this custom website that you have. You're going to have a map and then even lead generation, right? So let's hide the floating panel. When we hop back over here, you're going to see those leads coming in right here. Not only that, but you're going to be able to see a very in-depth stats report on what's going on within this specific listing. So you take that custom website, right? You put it on the MLS, you get syndicated out to all the national companies. And now you're going to see, man, we've got all of these different companies that this is being shared, and you're going to see which ones are the most popular, which websites are the most popular. How many people are seeing it? How long are they on this website? How many leads are coming in from it? Not only that, but something like which day of the week is the most popular. So you know, hey, you know what? If we list on a website or on a Wednesday, we're going to get the most views because we're seeing Wednesdays are getting the most views as compared to some of the other days, just to make sure to maximize that first 24 hours, right? You're going to see how many photos are they getting through, right? What we've found is typically after about 35 photos, the number of views drastically drops off. So you can tell, hey, maybe we've got a 3,500 square foot house. Maybe 30 photos is going to be the way to go. Just a really great way to customize your marketing techniques. Listing info is where you actually customize this website, or you actually have a choice. If you would rather have that kind of virtual tour format, this is another option for you, and it all gets customized right there. And there's also a free brochure creator, and this is all with every single package, right? So you order our 25 image package, $149. This all comes with it. So you've got a custom brochure. Say I don't like this photo. Maybe I want the big front photo to be up there. Just pop it in. You can save it, switch to the back side. On the back, you can customize what you want to say about it. You can utilize this brochure for maybe mailers. Maybe you want to use them for if you're doing any door knocking or something like that. Maybe you want to bring it into your listing appointment and say, hey, this was the last home that I just listed a month ago. We sold it for 110% asking price, and it sold within the first 24 hours. Now you've got a story that you can share, right, with your potential sellers, and just awesome stuff for you guys. You can customize all of the different websites and virtual tours that you have to however you want it. This client and I'm just scratching the surface right now of some of its capabilities. Just an awesome way to make sure that you are maximizing your marketing. So keep this in mind. Like I said, if you've worked with us before, this is available for you. And if you haven't, this will be a great option for you. So you'll be able to see this as well. So like I said, make sure to jump over to this link, virtuance.com/MIN. I put it in the chat box. All you need to do is fill it out and hit send me discount. You'll get a promo code sent right to your email address. You'll also get my information. I'm the local guy here. So if you ever have any questions, feel free to give me a call anytime. Want to make sure that I'm helping you guys out. So are there any questions for me? Questions, any questions?
They're a quiet group today, Tom. Quiet group.
I love it.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for always doing an amazing job of creating value for the agents. You guys do such a great job, and we certainly always appreciate the support. So with that, guys, I'm going to cut you all loose. Enjoy the rest of your day. It looks like we have another day of beautiful weather. So enjoy. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thanks, Karen. Thanks. Have a great day.